Good afternoon, Ove Fredheim, Chief Marketing Officer at Telenor Norway, and welcome to Link Talks.
Thank you very much.
Ove, telecom operators have always had a crucial role when it comes to developing new digital products and services. What are the must-win battles that Telenor has got and focus on in order to stay relevant in the future in that field too?
So, I mean, what we talk about here at the Mobile World Conference this year is what we call the perfect storm. It's about three really technological developments that we need to deal with. It's 5G, it's artificial intelligence and IoT. And I think if you are to stay relevant as a mobile operator in the future, you need to understand that you are collecting a lot of data through all the IoT devices. You will then possess a lot of data. You partly own it yourself, and sometimes it's your customers' data as well, your B2B customers as well. That's the AI part. And of course 5G, which is now pushing really fast forward, much faster than we thought only a year ago. So I think to stay relevant, you need to understand that ecosystem and then to develop relevant services on top of that, if we can call it a platform.
Very nice. And talking about new services, I'm talking about the perfect storm. There is a new generation of services called RCS, rich content services. I would like to ask you, what is the main value proposition of that family of services, and how will it change our digital lives?
That's a huge question, of course.
I know.
We have seen the SMS hanging in there like it never ends.
That's true.
But for sure, it's a very limited service as such. And then when we see that we can really involve multimedia in a much richer type of customer experience using RCS, of course we see our customers want to go there. And it represents a huge B2B2C opportunity as well in sort of digitizing the dialogue with your customers. And of course for us as a provider, to provide a richer experience when you're doing your messaging.
How will brands take advantage of RCS in order to provide a better customer experience?
So there would be many examples, I think. If you take the mail service.
Mail,
then okay, you can do the dialogue on when is your package arriving, and in addition to have that dialogue with a high level of security and good confirmation, you can provide the map for the customer where to go to pick it up, right? Just a very basic example, but I think very relevant for a lot of people.
Okay, and crucial, of course. Does it mean new revenues for telecom operators?
I think so. I think the customer-to-customer RCS solutions, as we are launching them ourselves, will fuel data usage. As of today, you know, that's the core sort of ticker in how we are, in a way, billing our customers.
Yeah.
That might change, you know. So I think that's one part. I think also we will see a lot of third-party players engaging with the RCS community possibilities, providing end-to-end services also for others. So I think the revenue stream also coming from that part of the value proposition will be crucial for us.
So indeed what this industry is now creating is a new ecosystem.
I think so, yes, absolutely.
Very, very interesting. And talking about ecosystems, there are big players out there. You have Facebook with WhatsApp and the Messenger, for example. You have WeChat in China. We have also the iMessage from Apple. How will RCS find its role as a part of the daily communications between brands and the consumers and between users?
So I think still actually there is somewhat a fragmentation out there. There are many different services. So I think RCS will have a role as it's becoming more embedded or from the mobile operator side. So it will get the wider spread and ease of use, because you know that the one you are trying to call or to communicate with at the other side will have the same service. And then we can always ask for more interoperability between those other brands out there, right?
And On that note, interoperability, I'm thinking about digital assistants. I'm thinking about voice-activated digital assistants.
Yeah.
Do you see some kind of integration between RCS and digital assistants like Alexa or Google Assistant or Siri?
I think that's an obvious
obvious
pattern that we will see happening, and we see that already happening. You know, from some of the telcos that they are providing that kind of digital assistance. And as RCS is getting a wider spread, I think it's only obvious that you want to integrate that.
Okay. And what about the rollout? I mean, Telenor has got how many customers? 160 million or something last time I counted. What will be the rollout? How is it proceeding? Are you satisfied with the rollout that RCS is having at Telenor and other operators? Because interoperability, the fact of being able of sending RCS messages from Telenor to other operators will be fundamental. So how do you see the rollout?
I think, at least in general, you see operators, they have been trying out different solutions. I think the tendency now is that they will have more white label solutions that they will provide themselves. From our side, within the Telenor group, there will be individual deployments from the different business units. Speaking for Norway, we will go live just before the summer this year.
And then we go back to a little bit of what the DNA of Telenor is giving some kind of local freedom to the different business units.
Yeah, you can say that. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And I just want to talk to you a little bit about what after RCS.
What after RCS?
Do you have anything?
There will be a lot of stuff after RCS and in parallel with RCS as well. Yeah.
But you think do you have any dreams about it as a telecom operator?
So again, I think you will see in a way convergence of technologies, where maybe RCS solutions can use artificial intelligence. You will have insights and data of your customers, the consumer behaviors, and you can use that insight for the better good of your customers. So I think that's one example. So I think combination of technologies, I think that's the answer that will enrich RCS, potentially also come up with other completely parallel different solutions.
Very nice. I have just one last question. Telenor has deployed RCS business to consumer, I think. Are you deploying consumer to consumer, also user to user, private to private also?
This is what I'm saying. So for in Norway, this will be this summer then. Yeah. So absolutely we are. And I think the way it's done in the different business units, again, it will depend a little bit on the local decisions that are made. Obviously, RCS will, in many ways, play an even more important role in underdeveloped economies, because maybe you don't have a mailing system in place that works at all. So getting, sort of the communication and the dialogue with the service provider will be obviously a huge benefit when you can use RCS, because the mail is not an alternative. So as of today, there is not a dialogue which is acceptable at all in many cases.
Fascinating. Thank you very much, Ove. It was a pleasure. Thank you very much for
Likewise.
your time.
Thank you very much.
And see you soon.
See you soon. Thank you.